Night City. Come to Night City and fucking explode some guy's brains.
This is actually running almost all this smoothly.
Yeah, apparently, they took a lot of, like, shit for not completing the game's, like, optimizations. But after that, they kind of were just like, okay, let's optimize the game. And they optimized it pretty well, I think. I definitely have seen much worse optimization nowadays. You know, cough, fucking Monster Hunter Wilds in the beginning, which they seem to have been doing better Monster Hunter Wilds, but still, I'm still mad about it. So I hear, like, the game is good if you can play it. Because, like, yeah, it is good if you can play it. Keyword, if you can fucking play it. That's the one thing that everybody kind of needs to hear as well, is, like, my PC is, like, good, like, hella good, but I don't think you should require, like, a top-of-the-line PC to play a game that's like not like, okay, it is basing itself off of having like really high graphics. It's also based itself off of being like a game designed for a majority of people rather than the minority of people. So if you're gonna be designing your game around being attached to, hey, this is for a decent amount of people, maybe make it to where a majority of people can play it. Maybe, like, yeah, it's pretty, however it isn't necessarily the graphics card that's having the issue. It's actually more of like kind of sort of everything, actually. But oh, the graphics card is having an issue. It's like, yeah, but people with like the best graphics cards are having issues, which means it's also a RAM issue. So if you're having a RAM issue and the graphics card issue, you're shit. Like, yeah, I absolutely love fucking Monster Hunter, but I definitely would say game probably should have been more optimized in the beginning instead of optimizing later. Because I legitimately, I do in fact very much like the game. It would have been my favorite if it wasn't for the fact that it was super what you call. Because I'm a stickler for story. I've always have been, and the fact that I really love myself a good grind. But it definitely isn't designed for older Monster Hunter players. They're designed for the newer Monster Hunter players, as well as, like, to be completely honest, a gacha player would actually fucking love the new Warframe. Not Warframe, Monster Hunter. Especially the free-to-play Monster Hunter, the free-to-play gacha players, they would love that grind. So over here, like, you know who I could get into this? The motherfucking gacha bitches. There's also a lot of gachas out lately, and one thing that they seem to have as a thing is they are designing themselves to be as stable and as fair as possible. And because there are a lot of fair and stable games out that are gachas, Genshin Impact is catching major shit, which I think is a good thing, because at the end of the day, one of the biggest problems with Genshin is the fact that it's very unfair. So the fact that, like, there's a bunch of gacha games that are a lot more fair came out. Now it's like, hey, Genshin, fix your shit, because at the end of the day, they have options now. You should be afraid of that. Like hell, there's some gacha players who actually quit Genshin and went to go play fucking Do It Not Abyss. So, very few of them. Like, very few of them. Some of them actually have Do It Not Abyss and Genshin. But straight up, like, there's a very few amount of people who went to go play Do It Not Abyss and fucking, Enfield. I actually was considering playing more Enfield than Genshin. But the thing is, I really like the custom character. I'll say straight up, Enfield comes out with a custom character, I'm out. Well, also, it probably should come out with multiplayer too, because Genshin is like the multiplayer gacha game. It's like, oh, but what about NTE? No, NTE unfortunately has this wild thing where its multiplayer kinda isn't great. Because it turns off your ability to do certain shit. Actually, it turns off the ability to do a majority of shit, actually. So I'm over here like, oh, damn, well, I probably won't play that then, because one of the things that Genshin offers that I am really attached to is the fact that it's multiplayer. I like multiplayer games, and the multiplayer gacha is cute. And the one that has the most multiplayer features is fucking Genshin. I was like, so like legitimately, it has kind of sort of a small chokehold on the market. Not only that, but the other one, Enfield is just like, hey, we're not gonna be on Xbox. And Keith is like, yeah, I'm not gonna play that game because it's not on fucking Xbox. And I'm like, I get it. I understand. Be all like, imagine not being on Xbox when like a majority of console players, the majority of players are console gamers. And also the thing of like, hey, when it comes down to it, like, gaming is now a social thing. So having it to where video gamers who have different consoles who are in the same friend group can't play a certain game is kind of shitty. And then you have one person like, hey, I got Rossi. And the other person's like, fuck, I want Rossi. But I can't get Rossi because I'm on fucking Xbox. Like, oh, well, I'm not getting a new computer. That's not an option for everybody. It's the reason why console gaming is the more popular choice, because not everybody can afford a PC. One thing is, though, because the price is getting higher, it is getting a lot more common, because now people are actually legitimately asking themselves, why don't I just get a PC? I'm lucky enough to be able to save enough money for both a PC and a Xbox, but I'm not getting a PS5. Is it 5? Yeah, PS5. I'm not getting a PS5 because at the end of the day, my PS5 just like my Xbox is fine. My Xbox is as good as it can get. Not only that, but PlayStation's games I'm not actually super into. It's like, oh,
there's like a game or two that are exclusive that I would like to play.
Yeah. Like,
but I don't want to buy a whole console to play it, you know?
Yeah. And people are like, oh, but like a lot of the PlayStation games are also PC games. And you're like, yeah, I know. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm gonna be playing like Spider-Man on PC. It's like, like legitimately, I don't want to play Spider-Man. Spider-Man's like one of my favorite like superheroes, right? But I don't want to play his games.
They dropped like another Horizon game, I'll definitely play.
Oh yeah, they got a new Horizon game that's like multiplayer or some shit. And I think the one thing is like, yeah. One thing is that not only was it marketed this way, but also was like built this way. But the Horizon has always been like a high fidelity game. It's one of those games that push this is like gaming is now based off of fidelity. And to see that they decided to make a game that didn't have very high fidelity and the fact that it's a multiplayer game in a series that doesn't really appeal to multiplayer players is a little bit unfortunate. It's like, oh, we're gonna have like this multiplayer game that's like based in the universe of Horizon, and we're here like, to be completely honest, it's a really interesting concept. It just shouldn't be in the Horizon. It's one of those things where it's literally broken up. Yeah.
It's also a mobile spin-off game.
Yeah, it's like, my thing is like
still in progress of like the official like
yeah,
Horizon 3, which that will be single player.
Yeah, I think
it's just like how a lot of people complain about like, oh, where's the Horizon multiplayer?
Yeah, I think there's also this weird thing where I guess they kind of sort of made it to where like it's I don't know, I think people only care about like Aloy's story, so like people kind of sort of have this thing where this story of like these random dudes is not going to be as good, especially since like the art style kind of sort of, it's supposed to be a really cutesy art style, and they try to make things like cutesy and bubbly. But the problem is that
that's not Horizon.
It's not Horizon anymore. Yeah, it's exactly. It's like, I think they call it Disney style, where it's like almost like the modern Disney style of like bubbly animation. It's kind of what they have right now, which is kind of the issue. I think if they did want to go with a different style, I think the Clone War, the Star Wars, the Clone Wars style would have probably fit it better.
Like that would have fit better,
yeah. Yeah, it's like, I think what it is it's got cartoony kid-like look, and it's got like this cartoony kid-like premises, but it's in a game that prides itself off of being really serious. It's kind of like the whole thing of like how can you take this seriously? It's kind of like the thing, because Horizon has always kind of sort of been a really serious thing. There's also a thing of like it can go the opposite too, of like, imagine like a game that's like super cutesy and bubbly, and yet the story is supposed to be like super serious. It's also the same thing. You see that in a lot of like adult games, where the adult game is like super serious and shit. Like, damn, there's like a bunch of adult like content stuff, and I guess you'd have to use your imagination. But like, it's like the world is ending and you're turning into like a big like orgy or something. And it's like, okay, well, maybe not have it such a cute looking game, because like that's a really serious topic and you're gonna make it so cute, and it's like, what? Right, there's a way you can make it cute by making it like Fantasy Life, where it's kind of so like the villains are just doing weird shit. Like, there's some serious topics, but it's like, it's more like made in a way that's like appealing to like all ages. But you can't really do that with an adult game as much. Well, you can. There is like cutesy adult games, but the ones that tend to be good are the ones that aren't really apocalyptic. And even the apocalyptic ones kind of sort of have a bit of a tongue-in-cheek kind of thing. Until you decide to go play like Cyan Brain or something. Oh yeah, and Cyan Brain has the art style to match a very, very serious game. Cyan Brain is serious as fuck. Like, that shit's wild. That's the kind of thing that, like, the reason why I say, like, if somebody says, like, oh, all you play is Gooner games, I would hear, like, I don't think you know what a Gooner game is. Like, oh, you want to show me a Gooner game? I'll send them a fucking copy of fucking Cyan Brain. Just out of spite. I was like, you want to see what a fucking Gooner game is, bro? Like, here's this adult game. Like, and here, you want to see, like, a hardcore, die to the second enemy. Not the first enemy. No, fuck the first enemy. The first enemy is nice to you. No, die to the second enemy. Then you'll see how fucking raw that game is. That's just out of pure spite. Like, you want to talk about Gooner games, and what you mentioned is like a game that's like literally just a little gotcha. It's like, here's the thing, man. That's a small minority of the people who are actually into the characters. But when it comes down to it, like, there's no sex. So you're gonna say Gooner game, but you're not gonna like you're not gonna realize, hey, check this out. This is actually a Gooner game. It's like, okay, damn, I understand now. One thing as well is, contrary to popular belief, not all Gooner games are like actual. Not all adult games are Gooner games. Some of them are. They don't have as much like adult content as you would think. That's actually a really interesting thing as well. Is like, not all adult games are the Gooner games. It's actually, in actuality, a Gooner is somebody who, quote-unquote, goons for an hour or more. And a lot of the time, they do not have an hour's worth of content. You want to see an actual Gooner game that actually is just straight up hours of content? Last Evil. Like, you unironically can watch... I think it was one of the Last Evil's scenes for like 3 times in a row, which like it loops, and then you go and do that to every one of the scenes. You'll be like going through like about an hour and a half of content, because each scene is like I think about a minute long, and then there is about 100 scenes. About 100. I don't know if it's exactly 100, but there's also like the scenes that are like the dominant and the submissive scenes is the best way to say them. And you can watch them for like a little bit, and you'll be, it's like, you kind of better have, you will get like a favorite. I have a favorite as well, but when you get your favorite, there's a weird thing where you kind of sort of go to those last. Usually, that's usually how it goes. But you're usually sifting through like 100 scenes, which I'm really glad it's in tiles instead of a list. Whoever that Flame Torch guy is, he's such a good developer. I wish he did more stuff.
Are you inviting me on a date?
But yeah, I've always wanted to like talk, like, shows, like, go through that of like having a conversation with somebody about like, hey, Gooner games this, Gooner games that, and I feel like, you want to see a real Gooner game? I did that. I tried to do that once, but the person actually said, "Oh, I'm just joking. In actuality, I know what a Gooner game actually is." I was like, "Oh, okay." Because I was about to. I'm not gonna lie. I was gonna send you a super Gooner game, and it's like, "Oh, you were gonna send them like acapella gates?" And like, no, not acapella gates. I was gonna go for pure spite. I was gonna go for Scion Brains. Like, someone was like, "What's Scion Brain?" So I sent him that. And he's over here like, "Oh yeah, don't send him that." It's like, okay. like that's cool and all. I'll save this for later. However, I don't think you want to send him this game specifically. I kind of want to use my what you call my rhythm. I have purple stuff on.